Anglian Times Magazine Audit. Next slide. Anglian Times Magazine. It has a cover price of £2.30. The magazine is a weekly magazine for all anglers. It recommends good places to fish. It includes expert advice and is filled with plenty of articles. The average circulation in 2019 was around 19,378. There's one editorial page in the magazine. There are 14 pages of ads, plus it also has one page of directory adverts. The demographic, it appears to be aimed at male anglers. They have a website, they have various social media accounts. For instance, their Instagram has 16,000 followers. Their Facebook page has around 158,000 likes. They also have a shop on their website that includes a range of products. Next slide. First recommendation. The magazine could include stories and articles from a wider and more diverse range of contributors/experts. The evidence to support this is the fact that the demographic overwhelmingly portrayed is white males. In an ever-changing world, it is important that the magazines adapt and move forward with the times in order to survive. If the magazine wants to attract a larger audience, it is necessary to show a wider demographic engaging in the sport. Next slide. Second recommendation. The competitions could be utilized more by the magazine, and they could include opportunities for readers to enter and win potential prizes, etc. The magazine could include free giveaways for the products they review, as well as promotional offers. This is recommended because it would allow them to capture the attention of potential new readers. These incentives might encourage readers to keep coming back to the magazine, as well as allow new people to engage with it too. Next slide. The third recommendation. The magazine could try to encourage more advertising on its pages and on its website, as there are very few adverts overall, and what there are relate quite closely to products that might appeal specifically to current readers. If a wider range of advertising was to be included, it would interest the magazine's existing readers and new readers too, whilst also bringing in additional revenue for the magazine. This idea can be linked to my other recommendations because the additional revenue could be used in part to fund the prizes and giveaways mentioned in recommendation 2. In turn, this would allow the magazine to appeal to a wider readership, which might encourage more diversity as discussed in recommendation 1. Next slide. The commercial information. So cover price of £2.30. The target readership of the magazine is angling enthusiasts. It is something that can be read by both new and more experienced anglers. The average circulation as of 2019, as mentioned, is around 19,378. In 2015, the magazine's readership was estimated at around 7.7 people per copy. The magazine's media pack was not locatable, so I was unable to find its advertising rates. Next slide. So the commercial summary, this is taken from abc.org.uk. As you can see, there's a breakdown of a lot of the numbers related to the magazine. This is not the media pack, so there's no information on advertising rates and things of that sort. But there is a breakdown of things such as circulation, the weekly issues, paid subscriptions, paid copies, etc. As you can see, there are a number of graphics, pie charts, graphs as well. And as this document was produced on a Chromebook, I could actually include the spreadsheet in my slides. So this information is a substitute. Next slide. The front cover. Looking at previous editions of the magazine, the front cover is always filled with a fisherman holding his catch, and that convention is not different in my chosen edition. The magazine sticks to a simple color palette of black, white, blue, red, and yellow. and the layout remains constant as evidenced by previous editions of the magazine. It follows the normal conventions of a magazine front cover with the placement of the masthead as well as positioning of cover lines, etc. The design and the message conveyed by the front cover are straightforward and the magazine remains true to its brand. Next slide. So this is a breakdown of the front cover. As you can see, the strapline, the masthead, the cover line, as well, obviously there are various cover lines on the front cover, the main image, and as mentioned, the magazine had the color palette of the magazine remains the same in previous editions as well. It's always the same. They sometimes change around the way they use these colors, so things might look a little different on previous editions, but overall is the same color palette. The main thing that's different from edition to edition is the main image. The next slide. The contents. The magazine opens with an editorial page plus a list of its contents. There is a range in the length of articles included in the magazine. It combines shorter articles with more in-depth pieces. It also includes a number of promotions and reviews of the latest fishing products. Angling Times has a section in which stories from readers are included. Some of the feature articles are very detailed. It offers tips and advice from experts, plus suggestions for good fishing locations. The Q&A section in the middle of the magazine includes a puzzle page and directory page. There are a number of offers in the magazine, as well as examples of what can be expected in future editions. Articles in the magazine include pictures of readers, people, experts relevant to the piece, as well as scenic images. Next slide. So here are some examples of competitors to the magazine: Trout and Salmon Magazine and Total Carp. Some brief information. The next slide. Some brief information on the competitors. Trout and Salmon Magazine, their best digital subscription offer is £2.50 per issue. As you can see, they have a small social media following. The average circulation per issue as of last year was 17,000, just over 17,000. The target readership is game fishermen. The magazine calls itself the voice of game fishing for over 60 years, which it suggests it's a market leader and the best of its kind. The media pack was unable to be found when I had a search for it. Total Carp magazine now. Their best digital subscription offer is £2 per issue. As you can see, they have quite a significantly larger social media following than Trout and Salmon Magazine. Their target readership is carp fishermen, as the articles are mainly suited towards them. The next thing below is a link to the magazine's media pack, and this includes a very in-depth breakdown of their advertising rates. The next slide. The reader eye. The core values is to educate readers, inform readers, help readers improve their skills, and to be committed. What does it give the reader? Information on where there are good places to fish, advice on techniques and pieces of equipment you could buy and use. Also gives the reader value for money deals. They want to enable the reader to buy the best equipment without spending a fortune. It shares stories with like-minded people. What does it make the reader feel? It gives the reader a sense of belonging. It allows them to connect with like-minded people and feel part of the fishing community. The reader would feel like they're receiving good quality advice. The next slide. The reader eye. What does it say about the reader? Because there are a lot of Q&As in the magazine, this could suggest that the average reader is very engaged with their sport. The range of ages suggests the reader of the magazine vary in terms of levels of skill and experience. What does it let the reader do? It allows them to become immersed in various tasks related to their hobby. The reader can aspire to emulate the experts that offer their opinions in the articles. Next slide. the website stickiness analysis, the links to the magazine. As you can see, this is utilized very well by the website. And the features, as you can see, a bit more of a combination of things that are used and not used, but overall, as you can see, some elements of it are utilized. The next slide. The second, stickiness analysis. So as we can see here, the play aspects, one yes, one no, and the reaching out, like in the previous slide, a bit more of a combination of things that are used and not used. The next slide, and the summary here. So links to the magazine, 4 out of 5, features, 4 out of 9, reaching out, 3 out of 7, and play, 1 out of 2, giving it a total of 12 out of 23. The magazine has a score of over 50%. It scores particularly well on links to the magazine. There is, of course, room for improvement, obviously, as it's just over 50%, but the score shows the website is used relatively well in linking it to the magazine. The next slide. The other brand instances, info on associated products. They have a shop on their website where readers can buy hoodies, t-shirts, caps, etc. with various designs. The conferences, they have a large conference called the Big One Show, which is a very big event. Mobile offering, the magazine has an app available on both the App Store and Google Play.